I'm Dan Toppy and welcome back to another brand new Fortnite video. On Thursday we got the version 5.0 update to the game, and in that update we got loads of big changes to the game. Obviously we've got all the huge things like the map changes, the buggies being added, but there was also loads of changes to the game which are smaller that you might not have noticed. So today I'm bringing you my top 5 changes from the version 5.0 update that I think you really need to know about. So starting off with update number 5, this is something you really need to know about. If you are into completing all the challenges and you want to complete all of the challenges for all of the characters that are out this season, and that is that this season the progressive challenges, which are like Drift and Ragnarok, they will continue to carry over into the next seasons, and you'll have as long as you need to complete all of them, so you don't need to worry about rushing to get them done in this season. They are now also only based on XP, so you just need to keep on getting XP to unlock all the things in these challenges, and it means they'll just continue over to the next season so you can complete them. Because loads of people in Season 4, including myself, really struggled to get Omega completed. I didn't actually manage to reach XP level 80 before it finished, so I didn't get the extra lights for the Omega armor. But this season, we don't need to worry because I have as long as we need to complete all of these challenges, which is great because I really want to complete all of the Ragnarok challenges because the top tier skin that looks really good, but it will take a long time to complete considering that you need to get all the way to tier 100 to unlock the basic version anyway. Moving on to change number 4. Number 4 is that a new biome was added. Obviously, if you've been playing, you will have definitely noticed this. Moisty Mire was replaced by a desert biome, as well as they added the new locations Paradise Palms and Lazy Links in, but they aren't really that important to this video. What I wanted to talk about was the fact that they added a biome in. This is something different that we haven't seen before. They actually changed part of the map into a completely different type of environment. So since they've done this in this location, maybe in the future we'll see other parts of the map changing to completely different types. Maybe we'll get a snow section and other different areas that will be different types of environments. Because generally, even though we have had some forests, some darker areas, some wetter areas, generally it's all been kind of the same thing. No areas have really stood out as being completely different environments, where it looks different and plays completely different. But now we do have that desert biome where it plays completely differently and looks different to every other part of the map. So hopefully, eventually, every part of the map will be different and will have a different type of environment. I'd definitely like to see something like a snow environment, and it would also bring in something to do with the skins. Some skins would stand out better in those environments, so sometimes you would have to pick your drop locations depending on what kind of coloured skin you've got on, so you get camouflaged better into the environment. But moving on to change number 3, this is again something you will have noticed if you have been playing since the update, and that is that the UI has actually changed. So that's everything like your main menu, your damage numbers that pop up on screen, and the final victory royale screen. What they've done is they've actually just changed the style of all of them. They've all become a lot more bright and a lot more colourful. There's more effects on the text and definitely stands out a lot more than it used to do, because it used to be a little bit dull and it now is a lot better. Especially like victory screen, it definitely stands out and it looks like you've won a game instead of it being a bit how it was before, where it was dull and nothing's really that special about it. But again, this is more about what it could mean. They are willing to change the overall style of the UI. This means that every season they could be changing it to better suit the theme that we're going to be getting, and this could be really interesting for the game as a whole, because I think changing something like the UI every season, which is in every single part of the game, is definitely going to keep it more interesting every time a new season starts, and players will continue to keep playing as there's something new to look at every time there's a big update. And obviously because it is Fortnite, there's so many possibilities of what they could do with it. They could get really creative and make it look great every single season. Update number 2 is that how the final circles work have actually changed. When you get to circles 7, 8 and 9, they will now change positions. So once you get to circle 6, it's as small as it's going to get. But instead of it just shrinking down for circle 7 until there's nothing left and you both have to fight it out for the win, the circle's now changed to outside of the circle currently. So the circle will move through the blue to a different location, where it will stop and then do it again a few seconds later. This definitely makes it a lot more interesting. I played a game where I got to these final circles, and because I didn't really know what was happening, I did die pretty quickly when the circles did start to move, because you do need to be at the side of the circle closest to where it's moving to be able to get into it easily. But what it does mean is that all the players have to move in the same direction, instead of just being forced together and someone most likely dying to the storm, or someone getting a lucky kill. There's definitely a lot more tactics in it. You definitely have to think more about how you're going to rotate for those final circles, because it is pretty confusing if you haven't done it before. But it will make it a lot more interesting, and these final fights in the games will be really fun to watch and play. And finally, update number 1, possibly the biggest change that we had in version 5.0, apart from all the map updates, is that we've finally got our shotgun changes, which are hopefully going to make shotguns more consistent and also less overpowered, so other weapons like SMGs stand a chance. SMGs in the game are actually great now. If you haven't tried them, make sure you are giving them a go. But when you fire a shotgun now, you'll now get little indicators inside of your reticle telling you whether your pellets have actually hit the target. This definitely helps you to know why your shotgun did so little damage, and like I said, the consistency of shotguns has also been improved. So when you see those little red dots that pop up on your screen, those are the markers which show which pellets have actually hit your target. But now all those markers will all be even with every single shot. Every shot is now exactly the same with the spread of the pellets, so every shot should be identical. So if you shoot with the same accuracy, all your pellets will hit the same places, instead of some of them flying off and not actually hitting. It used to be random inside of your reticle, now they are all even and they all hit exactly where they're supposed to every single time. So you can't be complaining that the shotguns aren't accurate, it's all down to your aim, and if you're not doing the damage, it's because you're either too far away or your aim is off. But now you have those markers, you can know which ones are hitting, so you can't blame the game and you can only blame your own aim now. The heavy shotgun has also changed a little bit. It used to only fire 5 pellets that did loads of damage. Now it fires 10 pellets, but it still does the same amount of damage, so each pellet does half the damage that it used to do. So what this means is that the heavy shotgun still does the same amount of damage, but over a wider area, you've got a wider spread on your shots, meaning you don't need to be as accurate if you still want to hit them. Obviously, if you want to hit all of your pellets, you still need to be accurate, but it means that if you are a little bit off with your aim, you still will do some damage to them, whereas before, you would just completely miss them as there was only 5 pellets. And finally, the biggest change to shotguns in this update is that now you can't double pump anymore. After firing a shotgun, another shotgun cannot be fired for a very short time. I think this is a 1-second timer, it actually appears on your weapon bar in the bottom right hand corner. So if you do want to try and double pump, you will have to wait a little bit before your second shotgun will fire. This works the same for all the shotguns, no matter which one you're using. So I think what is going to happen now is people are going to start using pumps and SMGs, because as I said, the SMGs are very powerful now. So this will be the meta which will change over. Now double pumps have been removed, I think the game will be a lot more consistent. I didn't like double pumps. There was one time where I did start using it a little bit, but I didn't really like using it anyway because I didn't want to carry 2 shotguns in my loadout. But I'm really glad that it has been removed, as now I won't be dying instantly to someone who's running 2 shotguns and just getting 2 shots to me really quickly. I did think it was a little bit overpowered, and I'm glad it has been fully removed now. I know recently it wasn't as bad as it used to be because you did have that longer time between changing weapons, but I think now the way they've done it is even better because it is completely discouraging people from using shotguns, and it'll force people to have more of a different loadout, and hopefully it will change how people engage in fights altogether. But they are my top 5 changes from the version 5.0 update. Let me know what you think about all of the changes in the version of 5.0 update in the comments down below. I will be leaving a link to all of the patch notes down there if you want to check them all out, but as I said, these are just my top 5 favourite ones, and the ones that I think are going to impact the game the most now and in the future. If you're new here, please make sure you are subscribing to see more Fortnite videos every single week, tending to upload every single day at the moment. If you did enjoy this video or it was helpful, please make sure you leave it a like. Check out the videos which are on screen now. I have been covering all the challenges from Season 5 so far, including the bonus stars which have returned for Season 5, so check that one out if you haven't got it already. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.